Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another Crits and Die production. We are very happy to have you all here tonight. It is Tuesday, the night of our Rogue Trader crazy, chaotic space journey. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Yet again, we are joined by our three lovely crew members, and we're going to be diving right back into where we had left off last time. Now, we weren't here last week, so let's dust off the dust, I guess. I don't know, the space warp, the corruption, whatever's going on in our minds, and dive back into the story. When last we were here, you were in the middle of a large fight. An ambush had broken out, and you were up against a crew of scum hired guns. Seemed to be a crew of one Kraken Feckward, another rogue trader, some individual who had attempted to take your and other rogue traders' lives in the past. And you found yourselves to be extremely successful in burning and killing his crew. You ended up really only suffering a very small amount of losses before you were able to drive the remainder of them into the forest. There was a moment when a few of you heard the sounds of engines starting off in the distance just past a bit of forest, a bit of woods. You waited, and you began to see a small transport beginning to rise up. And, well, you decided to fire upon it. Now, vessels like this are rarely horribly harmed by standard guardsmen weapons, but the Omnissiah seemed to have blessed this gun, as when it fired, it found the precise spot, the weakness of the thruster, to cause a large explosion fireball and complete just death spiral of this craft. With your nemesis or assaulter destroyed, you pushed forward. Your goal had been to make your way towards this area of warp presence, this sign of science feeling, this location that you had seen multiple white bone structures on, and it all seemed to coalesce around this tall tower that stood up above the tall trees of this world. You found a small bit of hills, a place where you could back up against something solid and rest safely for the night. And your rest was cut short as you started to hear distant fire, gunshots. Peeking out, you saw this strange light show of deep dark purples, reds, and oranges as something...
Sorry, did that come through?
It sure did.
Is that a Jawa?
It sure was. But you began to charge into the forest and came across a clearing. Inside, you saw a small squadron of Xenos warriors firing upon individuals at the top of the tower. And these 5 or 6 individuals had cloaked themselves in this, again, dark, almost warp-created shield. This warp fire, as it appeared to be, causing a lot of the shots to glance off and go in different directions. You made your way into the field and noticed that there were a few humans far beyond where you are, kind of closer to the tower, and you recognized one of them to be Madame Charlebal Armelon, one of the other rogue traders that you had a brief encounter with at Footfall. Simple conversation, nothing really more than that. You remember that she traveled with a small group of Kroot warriors, these bird like, reptilian, almost creatures, these strange Xenos. And it seems that they all now were focused on the destruction of whatever was on top of the tower. You decided that this was not a time to make more enemies, and so you engaged. You jumped into the fight. It was a hard fight. A lot of your shots were well, blown left, right, just completely swept out of the air by this warp fire. Many of you tried to climb up the tower itself and found yourselves in precarious situations, upside down, backwards, or falling off the tower. But eventually you did find your way to the top, and there, Rogue Trader Victress, you watched as this older woman, armed with this strange Xenos weapon, and her Xenos companion completely wiped the floor with these Eldar warlocks. As the last Xenos fell, the night enveloped the scene once more. Only the dull glow of the flashlights of your men, the various lights back behind you from your tech priest, and the moon and dull light up above. Were you able to observe this scene? There's this very slow movement of blood that begins to coalesce and spill around the cracks and crevices of the stone atop this tower, and you begin to notice these sigils and patterns engraved into the surface. As you watch this eerie flow of death begin to coalesce in these small spots, you, and especially Uno, begin to recognize it as a stellar chart, a map of sorts. But one not describing only the positions of the celestial bodies, but how they seem to move their passage through fate itself. And Uno, as you watch this pool of blood begin to slow down and come to a stop, you notice that these engravings are damaged, made incomplete by some terrible wounds, carvings, stabs, and cracks that must have been done eons ago. As you begin to search your mind for a connection, a past chart that you had viewed, a book, a story, something that your family may have taught you, something clicks. And you're filled with dread as you realize that the position of the Dread Pearl is unreadable. It has been destroyed, and that in fact this was a map that would lead you to that place. Your eyes follow the sweeping patterns connecting each point in the engraving, and you see that there are multiple spots that seem to correspond to nearby worlds out there in the Koronos expanse. Worlds that, if you're able to find, discover, may lead you to the true Dread Pearl. As you've both had a moment to catch your breath, Madame Charleball immediately moves to her man to the left. She grabs him, pulls him from the edge, and begins to apply bandages and aid. He's weak, but still breathing, and as she moves over You notice the one Kroot that's made it to the top just comes and stands, his long weapon kind of draped across his body in an angle, and just puts himself as a wall, a barrier between you two and her. She notices this and chirps up in this strange bird like call. He recognizes and takes a step back. She looks towards you, Victress. Your man, is he still breathing? She points towards Corvus.
No, he's unfortunately quite dead.
It's a damn shame. I'm very sorry for your loss. Key, take this. She hands him a small vial, a shot. He leans up against the harsh stone behind him, takes it and injects it in his arm, wraps it around, tries to take a deep breath. As he attempts to stand, he slumps down, again, still injured. She pats him on the shoulder. Sit, dear friend. Walks over to you and sticks her left hand out. Her right arm still has this massive pointed weapon on it, which she just holds down kind of almost behind her back, just so that it's not intruding or impeding. I recognize you from Footfall, but I'm afraid I don't know your name.
I'll shake her hand and tell her my name. I'm Victor Torian.
Well, Torian, that was quite the fight we had. I thank you for your assistance in it. I'm very sorry for your loss. These Eldar, very powerful and dangerous foes. I'm very honored to have fought by your side, to have slain them myself. You notice her perspective kind of moves past, looking down below. Lazarus, you're kind of in the back of the field. You can see, again, a dull glow, shadowed movement in the night sky, but you can tell just by the tall, almost feather-like head dresses that these Kroot have, that a squad of them seems to be moving towards the tower. There's still a few remnants of your squadron left around the battlefield, and you can tell just by almost the still silence that there is almost a sorrow, a concern, a sadness within the battlefield. You too would have just noticed the last moments while the dark red, orange, and purple fire grew its brightest, the immolation, the burning of Corvus, who attempted to reach out to his cousin one last time before falling into a burnt husk, a burned man. Do you stay back, Lazarus, and observe? Do you try to rally the men to get them to go to the rogue trader? What is your understanding of the situation, your purpose, your drive, your motivation at this time?
Well, they seem to be working with the lady who my rogue trader captain was also assisting, so, I'm gonna let it be. I'm observing, but not taking part.
Mm-hmm. Uno, as you look over this series of engravings, marks, and turns, the madam looks to you and kind of follows your gaze, steps up. Oh, I see. She walks in and kicks one body out of the way. Oh, come on. Let me get the body, please. Roll 20. No? Really? I don't want to move that. Go to back,
the earth starts
please.
moving.
Okay, seriously, what has happened? Did that get put on the wrong layer? Sure did. That's why. She goes to start clearing the path around. She calls again, this bird call out to the Kroot that's standing there, and you see him pull his leather kind of carapace off of his shoulders, wraps it up around his hand, and begins kind of sweeping across the stone, clearing some of the blood around. Her gaze falls upon you. Do you know what this is?
I took notice of it, but it seems in bad condition.
I assume she speaks loudly so that you can hear as well, Victorous. That you too were here because of a vision. I ask that you give me time, not much, to record this stone before any others intrude upon it. I do believe that the destination of what we've seen in our mind might be hidden within the pathways we save here. I do not wish to stand in your way, but I just ask that you honor a moment so that my man can come and record what we see here.
It's fine with me. We'll get our own recordings later.
The man that had been seated there kind of rises up, clears his throat, and pulls a satchel around, reaches in, and pulls out a fairly large looking, almost camera-like device, something that you would expect to see at the end of a tech priest's, arm or attached to a servo skull itself. He rises and stands to the top and begins filming the rooftop as the Kroot begins to clear off the area and have a bit of a untouched filming of it. Back behind, down below, you can hear the chirp of radio chatter. There's voices kind of hushed and whispered amongst themselves. And one of your men sprints below the tower and cries up to you. Lord Captain! Lord Captain, the Void's Ghost has just radioed in. It appears we have 3 small aircraft headed to our area, sir. As you hear this radio call, you look up to the sky just as you see these 3 orange flares pierce through the atmosphere and begin making their way down towards your position. You begin to look around, searching for the same kind of disruption, the same kind of problems that you suffered on your way here, but realizing the warp influence has faded. Your eyes follow these 3 craft as they begin to trail past each other, and one seems to break away a bit faster, a bit smoother than the other 2. As it begins to curve and head past the tower, its bright light kind of takes your attention and brings you looking across the treetops. There, to the southeast, you can still see the burning pile, or the burning flames and smoke of where you had shot down that transport a few hours ago. And between the 2 light sources, you see a new danger on the horizon. As not one, but two of these massive dragon hornets are seen floating above the treetops and slowly making their way in your direction. At this point, you would guess that they're probably still 600 or 700 yards away. Just shadowed multi-winged figures there on the horizon, but they seem to have been allowed access into an area that hadn't been before, an area that was quite loud recently, and their attention is now drawn towards this clearing.
Oh boy.
Hey.
Yeah. So, what's her name again? Madame LaBelle? Yeah, I'll let her know about the thingies. How dangerous, if she doesn't already know about the freaking hornets. And we should probably get it going pretty soon.
Hmm?
Yeah, as you haul her over, you see that her attention's been following these two craft. She turns back and speaks out once more in Kroot, this high-pitched chirping sound. And there's a brief conversation amongst the three of them. Do you have your pictures? The man nods. I appreciate the warning. She walks closely to you, kind of grabs your arm. We are aware whose vessels those are. It is the Baron. I warn you not to delay. It's best to flee the area before the Baron can return. He is known to not take many survivors, and those aircraft have more than capable firepower to destroy us where we stay. Will you be safe?
I doubt it, but we don't have anywhere to go, so I guess we could make it back to our shuttle. I don't where.
So you are about 20 kilometers from your shuttle. So depending on the pace and how fast you try to get back there, you remember the route, you remember how you got here. So you could push it. Could also call him to pull up camp and come pick you up.
Why would I pull up camp? We want to claim the planet. It's our planet. It's mine, damn it. We'll make money from this planet. I lost a cousin here. I think we'll probably just... I think we'll just head back to camp.
Before you go, do you call and summon your tech priest to head up and gather an image of this scene?
Yeah, that's probably best. Just make him record it with his perfect memory and his freaking built-in camcorder.
Yeah.
So there's quick movement as Madame Charlebal and her crew begin to abscond and flee from the area. You have your men perched on watch, some watching the dragon hornets as they approach, some watching these aircraft as they come in. Just as you reach the top of the tower, Lazarus, you hear engines kind of roaring off to your right-hand side, and you all look up as this assault craft, this gun cutter, begins to rapidly spin up its guns and fire upon the dragon hornets. You hear this brrrr, this aircraft, this dark, black, sleek craft fires and then speeds past them. You almost feel the rush of wind cascading across the tops of the trees and collapsing there on top of you there on the tower. And you watch as one of these creatures takes 2 or 3 more hard strokes of its wing before it collapses and crashes harshly into the trees below. You rapidly begin to film the stone, gathering as much information as you can from as many different areas as you can so that you can recreate it. You can print it out and have a physical copy there once you return to the vessel. By the time you prepare to head down, you can see these other 2 vessels beginning to make their ways down. Another assault craft, but this one a bit longer. You can see dark blues, reds, and purple color. The gold emblems, very clearly a captain's vessel, and it seems to be patrolling with this massive halo barge, a large transport known to carry entire squadrons of warriors or a large amount of cargo. With their current direction, they'll likely be landing within this zone within the next 10, 15 minutes. So, you quickly gather the remains of your cousin. You make your way down onto the flat land, and you begin to make your way back up to the transport? Or are you going a different way?
I think we'll head back to the transport, at least where the guards are. Because I did call down reinforcements last time, so
Okay.
I don't really want to leave the planet, and there's not much anywhere else to go right now.
All right. So, as you begin to flee from this area, go ahead and give me... Yeah, I think this would be a silent move. That's sleight of hand. Yeah. Go ahead and all 3 of you give me a silent move, and this is just to see how discreetly you're going to be able to flee from both the Dragon Hornets and if the Baron is looking for anyone as well. Because of the cover of night and the general cover of the trees, and they are flying craft, I'm going to say it'll be a plus 30. So silent move plus 30.
Assuming roll 20 ever decides to open my character sheet, I will be happy to roll that.
I'm invisible. Phazon's not.
I'm gonna refresh and hopefully that'll fix the situation.
Phazon's like, hey, look at me.
Alright. Hey, it's letting me open my sheet. Awesome.
Yay.
What's it called? Silent move?
Correct.
Oh, this is...
It's agility, yeah.
Oh, but it's plus 30, so
Yeah.
that's something.
Oh.
No.
You do both have fate points if you'd like to use them.
Oh yeah, those are refreshed. So I have more fate points now. Yes. I got my fate points back.
Hmm.
Oh, I don't want to do that. I'll put that there. I don't want to do that.
I don't think I'm gonna bother because I have a 15 in that. So
Yeah.
with a 30, I'm doing really bad.
Yeah, I'm not a lot better, to be honest. I've got a 19 on that, so
I got a 22.
I'm barely better than Phazon.
All right. So, you begin charging, you and your entire crew, charging back into the woods. It is like walking into one of those tunnels that you can go through in like an aquarium, where you feel all of the dangers of the sharks and the eels and the creatures up above as you see these flashes of light and hear these harsh cries of the dragon hornet and this gun cutter. At one point, it seems like they even collapse, and you can hear these metallic strikes as the dragon hornet itself begins to try to pierce into this vessel. As you make your way into the deeper recesses of the woods, you're able to see the distant fire. Again, the transport that had been shot down, an easy path for you to get through. But as you begin to run past these curved, smooth, wraithbone structures, Uno, you begin to hear distant whispers in the back of your mind. Words that you don't understand, but they feel harsh and angry and prying. You start to feel eyes watching, and that eerie feeling that there's always something right around the next corner. You all charge faster and faster to get away from the temple. The distant fire and fight begins to get quieter and quieter as you approach the dull flame of the burning transport in the distance. As you arrive to the area you had fought so bravely before, you all come to a stop, as the scene is not the way you left it. If you'll remember, the crew of Kraken had used the remnants at the far edge of this Eldar city as cover, a variety of trees and bushes to set up traps. Well, the flame and the flashlights of your men begin to cast a light across a very grisly scene. You see the black remnants of ash and the skulls of the burned men spread and placed across these structures in these large X's. The men not burned have been pierced on these tall poles of wood. And your gaze falls upon a figure, dark black leather, a three-fold hat. The body of who you would assume to have been Kraken Feckward. It appears that the rogue trader may have not completely died. You notice he's missing his right leg. The right part of his body burned to a crisp. It appears that he must have dragged himself back to the site of the ambush, where he must have met something else. As you see, his head has been removed and pinned to a tree. There's a carving in Eldar underneath. And Victress, able to understand Eldar, you see, Monkai, you have until the sun rises to flee this world like the insects you are. Failed to do so, and less will remain of you than your friend here. I need each of you to roll me a -10 willpower to avoid corruption at this grisly site.
Wait a minute.
Yes, if you do have something to avoid corruption, definitely let me know.
I thought I did. I have a resistance to fear. Wait, hold on. Where's my PDF? Come to me, PDF. Yes. Well, Oz has got more corruption.
Roll me a d5, Oz. So you take 3 points of corruption.
Oof.
It's nothing. It's nothing.
I think that puts you up to 8.
I only have one on here.
Ah, yes. No, it's Victorous who has more.
Oh yeah, I'm corrupted. I'm awful. No, I've got 5. Yeah, I'm corrupted. Okay, so I have Dark Soul, which grants the explorer resilience against corruption. Whenever he makes a malignancy test, he takes half the normal penalty.
Okay, yeah, you don't take.
So if I
Well, you're not making a malignancy test at this time. A malignancy test is every time you get 10 corruption points to see if you grow a mutation. Does it say that you outright avoid?
Yep.
Let's see. Dark Soul. Let's take a look.
just resistance against corruption.
Prolonged exposure to dark acts against all this foul. Whenever he makes a malignancy test, it says half the normal penalty. Okay. Yeah. So you're good. Yeah, you'll still roll. And if you have to make a malignancy test, then we'll do that.
So I just roll willpower.
Correct.
-10, you said?
Correct.
Oop, that's the wrong one. Oof.
All right, roll me a d5.
Well, there's my
of
malignancy test.
course. Of course you do.
Well, I've now got 10 corruption, baby.
Okay, so that puts you at tainted. You are now tainted. So give me a malignancy test. So that's gonna be just willpower straight up.
That's 1 degree of corruption, right? So I can keep these track.
So you have 10 points or 10 corruption points.
How do I do a malignancy test?
It's just a willpower.
So just a straight willpower?
Yep.
Hey. I succeeded.
All right. So, malignancy test. Yep.
Takes half the normal penalty, so whichever that is.
Da-da-da-da.
Shoot.
Let's see. For every 10 corruption points carried, you must test his willpower to see if the corruption is manifested as its literal damage. The roll is modified depending if the test is failed. The character's corruption of spirit is given form. If a player rolls a result that he previously suffered from fail. Yeah. So you do not suffer a corruption or a mutation at this time.
Ooh, fancy.
So you do feel like the night's events and just the absolute destruction of the bodies around you. There's a deeper hatred, darkness brewing within your souls. By this point, you hear the heavy breathing of your men, the gasping of air. They will push on if you tell them to do so. you obviously are in a dangerous place. So what is your order, Lord Captain?
What about me?
Oh yeah, did you do yours?
No, I have not. I was gonna ask
Yeah.
in what manner the corruption was coming. Is it coming via warp shock?
No, this would technically be in the
Okay.
Dark Deeds.
It's standard corruption.
Well, that's what I wanted to check because
Yep.
I have the ability to. Was there any pluses on it?
No, there's actually a negative, -10. You've been targeted by an unknown assailant, and they are making their presence known. All right, roll me a d5.
I'll roll you a d5
Y'all.
when I reload roll 20.
Y'all are getting corrupt. First time on the planet, and you're getting corrupt.
Well,
Such is life.
yeah. Makes sense I'm getting corrupt. I'm already freaking out because I lost my
Back.
Welcome back. I mean, you are already kind of going heretical and all that, so it definitely makes sense.
Yeah. So you got 2 points of corruption there. Faison.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to see where that puts me.
You missed it, Oz.
Oh, that puts me at 2.
Yeah.
2 at 2.
I got 5 points of corruption. That puts me at 10 points.
Oh, that's fun.
But I didn't get any negatives because I have Dark Soul.
Ah, all
Which
right.
I'm not sure. I don't think that it's right, but I'm not
No,
gonna
it is. So if you fail a malignancy test, you have to roll a d100. And the higher you roll on that, the worse the mutation's going to be. So you roll a d100, and then you take half the result. So if you roll a 50, you actually get the 25 result.
I would have failed that by another point. Okay. Well, then I'm okay with that. I'm not corrupt yet, but we're gonna get there.
So, yeah, you can tell your men are worn out, but this is not a great place to be. So, what is your command? You don't have really anyone else to command right now. It is all coming from you.
Well, first off, I'm gonna take that tri-point hat.
There you go. You
I'm gonna
get
put it on
Kraken's.
my-
Yep. Tri-point cat.
and then add a little humor. I'm gonna add that tri-point cap. Into my gear. And then I know everybody's tired, but we've got to go. We've got to at least get somewhere safe. Because one, the Eldar knows that we're here, and two, the Baron knows that we're here. So, unless we get back to somewhere with a bit more defense, we're gonna die.
All right. Give me a command, and yeah, just give me a command check. I don't know if you have any bonuses for that or not, but this is just to see how far they will be able to push.
So
How far can they go?
So what's a command check again?
It's fellowship.
Fellowship. Okay. So checking to see if I have anything.
Do it good.
Is this an interaction test?
It is. Yep.
So plus 10 to that. Yay! And then if I exceed, I get Air of Authority, which means I can affect people. Well, fuck it. Guess it doesn't really matter, does it? Even with a plus 10. No. Huh.
That 81 though. All right. So you give a command. They're gonna be able to push for another. I'm gonna say another 3 miles. But you all take 1 level of fatigue while doing it. So when you are fatigued, it's minus 10 on everything.
Cool. Yeah.
So you finally get to a point. It is nearby the large canyon that you had to cross over with the tree you knocked down. So you're probably maybe another 3-4 hours away from camp. So you'll definitely be able to get there by tomorrow. But there's rapid movement to just secure a site, get tents, and get everyone some rest. As you kind of choose one or two of your soldiers to keep on alert and rapidly switch them out, you actually find the night to be relatively quiet, almost eerily quiet. How long do you allow your soldiers to sleep and yourselves to rest?
I think we're all pretty well exhausted.
With the warning of the Eldar left on the tree, does that influence you to try to push back before sunrise, which would be probably 4 hours, 5 hours from now? Or is it more, whatever happens, we'll be prepared for it?
Nah, let death come. We'll be okay. Screw it. We'll let them sleep.
All right.
If it happens, it happens. Just a new rogue trader from the family will come and be like, "Hey, it's me, his identical twin brother."
That's about right.
All right.
Yeah, we got this.
I too am a paladin.
So that morning, you wake up to the smell of this vaguely fresh and natural green sense with just the tiniest hint of radiation, just this slight sprinkle of radiation. You hear many bugs come to life. It is a flurry of chatters, crickets, and almost a sense of normalcy.
I hate it.
Yeah, it's immediately on edge.
So you pack up your camp and begin to make your way out. I need to confirm your marching order, so I'm just going to drag you over here. Here's your current remnants. Here's what you got going on. Oh, stupid thing. All right, I'm getting rid of the data pad. I don't care about the data pad anymore. It's gone. So yeah, as you prepare to make your way across this cut down tree in this Grand Canyon, what is the marching order?
That looks right to me.
Should I take point? Considering I am made of metal.
Sure, heaviest first, in case it falls.
Also that. Because I can always do the floaty thing, too, if it does fall.
Yeah, sure. You're the tankiest of us all, and then we'll have a guardsman go across, and then we'll have 2 guardsmen watching the rear as we cross, and everybody else go across, and then the guardsman will come across.
Alrighty.
As
I know tactics.
yeah. So as you begin to make your way towards this tree crossing, you can hear a variety of noises coming from down below. Since you're up there in the front, Lazarus, you probably have a mixture of sensors going off, chirps and beeps of various probes.
Yeah.
And as you get closer to this canyon,
Uh-huh.
you start to notice the heat index rising greatly.
I call this out. Heat index
Your Geiger counter is beeping quite rapidly as well.
rising. Blip, 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 blip.
And you hear the sound of liquid and crushing and crumbling like liquid stone moving deep within this chasm, but you don't see light. It definitely sounds like lava, but you don't see the bright light of lava. It just is dark within the cavern, this large canyon.
I send my servos. Oh, womp womp. Well,
Bummer.
yup. This would be a good occasion to use him, but he dead. Yeah. So be it. Radiation rising. I cannot determine the source. Well, the source is below. I cannot see the source.
Well, I'm going to assume it's the giant volcano.
There's no.
Or not volcano, but just like the big. It's like a lava river, I think, isn't it?
There's no lava glow. However,
Well,
it's
then-
just darkness.
And you can remember when you crossed over, you couldn't see the bottom of this. There was no bottom. It was just a dark crevice.
See, I did forget that. My character wouldn't have.
Right.
But I-
No. Yep. There's your reminder.
Either way, we need to
Yeah.
get across it quick.
Okay.
Yes.
Luckily, we have void suits. They protect a little bit against radiation.
They do. Indeed.
And then the armor. So. we'll get
So,
across this-
Lazarus, you would be smart enough to know that radiation plus organic material is bad.
Yes.
When you look at this tree that's crossing, you don't know how long it may have been exposed to this. Give me a logic test.
Hey, I like logic.
Give me a logic test. Yeah.
Do it real good with that +10.
I will.
I hope so.
Yeah. I mean, I barely did it, but I did it.
That's better than bad.
I'll take
So
better
you
than bad.
see the problem before you. There's really only a few choices to make. It is either speed or you have to make this more secure. The problem with speed is one false move, one incorrect step, one extra pound of unnecessary pressure could cause fractures within the spine of this tree and make the entire thing unstable. But to stay here and actually secure the tree itself, well, that's exposing you all to longer, prolonged exposure
Right.
to the radiation. You, looking at this, would realize that the most dangerous element is yourself. You are the
Yeah.
heaviest.
I
So,
can
how
take
does
care of
that
that.
influence your... Oh, you definitely can. But how does
Yeah,
that
I
influence
mean-
your conversation with the rogue trader?
I'm actually checking to see if there's anything else that I can do or come up with based on stuff that I may or may not have.
Totally.
But no, not really. this is a dangerous crossing. I will be able to get myself across with relative ease. However, I cannot be certain that this will sustain prolonged wait from the rest of you. And the radiation exposure we are all faced with right now may prove harmful in the long run, but if we spend a little time shoring this up, we can be certain to all get across quickly. So, I have no problem getting across. However, the rest of you are not so blessed by the Messiah.
Speak for yourself.
I am speaking for myself.
I'm blessed by all gods. I am the rogue trader. Well, the Jawa has said do it.
Okay. I mean, you should definitely listen to the Jawas. They know what's up.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna cross. I mean, we don't have much of a choice. We can't stay here. So.
I shall do the floaty thing.
So, as they're having that conversation, Ekips pulls you aside, Uno. Just kind of pulls you out of the group. He pulls open a bag that he has and grabs a rope. Tie this around your waist. As you cross, I will stay. If you fall, I will catch you. I only ask that once you cross, you will do the same for me.
Okay.
As a reminder, Ekips is your version of Corvus. He's your head commander for your troops. So he's your loyal servant. Right now, you actually have more men on the field than the rogue trader.
Well, that's because my men actually do their job.
Time to mutiny.
But yes, there is. He takes the rope and goes to tie it around you. Rogue trader, what is your order? Who are you sending across first?
Well, I think the robot man already did the floaty thing, so.
So you're going first, Lazarus?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna do it. Yeah, he volunteered.
Yep.
Let me remind myself of your floaty bit. I think it's a tech use to do.
It's actually just an action to do, and then I have to make a stamina check to see whether I get exhausted. But that's it. Half action. 20 to 30 centimeters off ground for number of minutes equal to 2d10 plus toughness.
Sweet. And then it's a 1d10 plus your toughness bonus to see how long it will last. So let's see. Let's see if you get fatigued by this.
Right. Toughness test, right? That's yeah.
Yep.
Might hope I wasn't just clicking the right window. Well, look at that. That's terrible. Dice are not favoring me today. But
Where's
it's
my
fine.
freaking D20?
Give me a... Let's see. It must employ a half action each round. Concert maintaining this right. Bend any move action allows him to move up to speed. He can slow his rate of descent when falling, so long as the right is activated. Yada yada yada. I wish there was an easier way to see all of this.
Yeah.
Each time he enacts it, 50% of his potential coil. Okay. Give me a 2d10 plus your toughness bonus. So 2d10 plus 6. Yep. So you're good. 24 minutes. You have more than enough time to do this, but you do find yourself fatigued. So, yeah. Everyone else was able to clear it. You're back to 1, which means minus 10 on any additional tests you have to make. The first one being is it's just going to be an agility test to get you across this thing to see if you're able to stay in the center, keep balance. I mean, you are kind of trying to float on a round surface. I'm not sure if you're able to fire off little thrusters all around or not. And I don't think you have any special agility bonuses, do you?
No.
Do it good.
Oh no.
All right,
Do it
he's
good.
telling you to do it good.
So what is this? What did you say this was?
Give me. This is going to be just an agility test. So it'll be agility minus 10, and this is to see what
Then
happens.
plus 10, so.
Yeah, plus
Yep.
10, so it's just straight agility. And you,
I guess I'll re-roll it because I mean
I guess
the
I'll die.
alternative is dying, so I don't really want to do that. So fate point. Nope, I die.
As you begin to slowly crawl, float, and hover across this tree, you get to a point in the middle where you actually see the big bush, the top of the tree rise up as the tree begins to bow, and you slide back ever so much. You have to lean over and use one of your arms to stab into the tree, and when you do that, you hear this harsh crack. A few of the branches across the side kind of shudder and then just tear from the structure, falling down into the depths below.
Hi guys.
As you pull yourself up, the tree kind of shakes for a moment and then settles. You continue your movement across the tree. The entire time, the thing creaks like thin ice, nearing danger but not quite cracking.
Oh, well that's good. I didn't die. Hooray!
You did not die, but perhaps damaged the tree a little bit.
Yep, I just killed everybody else. It's
You
fine.
you would, I mean, there would be that thought, knowing, again, knowing the potential danger that you may have just exposed anyone else to cross. Is there anything you want to do now that you're on the other side?
Is there anything that I can do? Like
Well-
anything here that I can use to like throw over top as like an extra layer of bridge or anything?
Yeah, I mean, let's see. Give me another logic plus 10. Or actually, yeah, so it would be plus 20, but with your minus 10, it'll just be logic plus 10.
Okay.
Do it good.
You already did do it good.
Do it good again.
Do it more gooder.
Do it better.
Do more gooder.
I'm just gonna abuse the crap out of that from here till I die. Do it good. I don't know what you're doing, but do it good. Mutiny, do it good.
All right. So within your general area, you do see a mixture of small, like baby trees, fairly thin, that are clustered around the large branches of the edge of this tree, the frond or the top of the tree. You take a quick scan of the structure and find a few anchor points that you feel you might be able to anchor utilizing the the baby trees and tying them and attaching them to the top part of this structure and possibly giving it a bit more firm and sturdiness on one side so it doesn't bow in the middle like it did with you.
I would like to do that.
So on the other side, Rogue Trader, who do you prepare to send over next?
My God, this music got very dramatic.
Any volunteers?
Is that an actual question?
Yeah. Before I force people to go across.
Yeah. One of your arms men, he steps forward. I would be honored to test the wood for you, sir, to make sure it is safe before you cross, and then to wait for you on the other side. With your cousin not here to lead, it would be my honor to take his position and provide you safety on your journey back.
I'll pat him on the shoulder and thank him for his service and send him across.
Odd. Put it that way, it's like you're expecting him to die. Thank you for your service.
Well, just more thank you for volunteering.
Yeah.
Not like, thanks for dying. See you next time.
All right. So, let's see. Does he have? No. Not anything special, doesn't look like. Yeah, no, not so much. All right. So, Spoon, roll me a d10 and we are trying to get it'd be 30 plus another 10 from the tree being attached. Yeah, so we're trying to beat a 40.
Do it good.
All right, trying to be a 50. Well, okay, let's try a D100 instead of a D10.
Well,
Hey.
Nice.
Fucking smashed it. I didn't even add any pluses.
He rises to the top and takes very long glides, but key foot placement, and quickly gets to the other side. He doesn't leave and prepares to assist you on your journey over. Your other armsman does head to the edge of the tree as well, as if these two will hold the tree together if anything were to happen to you on your way across. Do you push your navigator to go before you, or do you take this as what it is? Your men almost urging you to lead.
Oh, I see the navigator over there with a rope, so I figure he's got some kind of plan. So, I'll go across.
All right. Go ahead and give me an agility plus 10.
Agility plus 10. Yeah! I sprint across
Awesome.
that move.
Oh, just gonna throw that there. Yeah, you follow much the same way as your armsman does. He reaches his arm out, pulls you to the side, and helps you get down to the edge. Nearly halfway there. All right, the other armsman is going to attempt. Go ahead and give me another D100 there, Spoon.
Whoops, what is that? That's okay.
Oh man, yeah, they are ready to just get out of here, one at a time, just going. So Uno, that leads you and your men to now make a decision as to who's going first and what order that will be.
Well, I'm gonna go first because I'm already tied off. So.
Yeah, so Ekips heads to the edge and gets himself a good firm foot placement. You step on top and prepare to make your way over. Go ahead and give me a agility plus 10.
Oh,
Oh, just barely, but it's enough. You find
And
your.
that was it. Well, was that with Spoons Do It Good?
He didn't say it that time. He was
Yeah,
not urging you to do it good. You got a rope. He's like, nope. All right.
I was
So
looking at information on the new Thor movie. So
Ekips is gonna do
Tell him
his
to do it
thing.
good.
Let's see.
plus
Agility.
5.
Yeah, Faison, go ahead and roll me a D 100, and we're trying to beat a 50 for Ekips. Oh, geez. All right, so we know what happens here. He steps up, and just as he's about to get across, the rope loosens just enough to get caught on something and causes him to go off balance. He begins to fall down. I need you to give me a strength check there, Uno, to see if you can hang on.
Captain, do I need to do anything?
That's it, boy. If you were busy clearing your throat, you've been fine.
Just enough. You grab and pull backwards with enough strength that he comes and he lands maybe 10 feet below you on the stone, and you're able to quickly pull him up.
Now, see, if our Antityr Prime wasn't hovering, we could just kind of bury him a little bit in the ground, like
And
a
then-
freaking pole.
yeah, just
Tie the rope off.
right. All right. So that leads our last three.
He's gonna be hovering for a bit.
Yeah, for another 26 minutes.
I mean, at least he can move his full speed. He's not slowed by it. So
Yeah, I mean,
that's a bonus.
He can run along. He's not affected by adverse terrain or anything.
Yeah.
All
Just
right.
floating along.
So Uno, now it's a test for your men. So they need to roll below a 45. So
Oh, good boy.
go ahead, 55. Roll me a D100 3 times, and see how many of your warriors get across this cracked and aging.
Is that a plus 100 or plus 10 for the Do It Good, or is it a negative?
So it'd be a plus total plus 20. So there you're trying to roll under a 55. So just a regular D100, roll under 55. Oh,
Yeah, just roll it,
geez.
see what-
Okay. So oh boy,
You should have.
you got one. It's okay because you can see the original roll in there.
So one. You got a 4.
You did get a 4.
So the plus 20 just adds. Is not. We would have taken it out of there.
Yeah. So but luckily we
Oh,
can
yeah,
still
you just-
see he did 86, 70, and 4.
See, that's why I asked, but
Yeah.
But
okay.
You still got a
how the
70,
roller
86,
did it was
And then a 4.
so
two of 'em-
66.
So you watch
No, you got
as
No, an 86, a 70, and a 4 because it adds the plus 20 after. So those
they
numbers in
all
that are the ones you
begin to
Well,
charge.
but wouldn't it be minus the 20 from?
So you were trying to roll below 55. You rolled an 86, a 70, and a 4.
those numbers are the numbers that would come up on the dice, and then the plus 20 is the number. That
Yeah,
you
so
get.
they have a 35 agility score, plus 10 for Lazarus securing it, and another plus 10 for Do It Good. So you're trying to get under a 55.
So we're just ignoring.
Oh, okay.
So here's what happens. As they all begin charging over, you watch as the middle almost splits, causing the sides to bow out, as if the middle part, the firm wood of the center has almost turned to liquid, to goo, to a sponge. The first two kind of see this and try to brace, but the middle one just can't hold on. Tries to reach for a branch. Let's see if he can reach for a branch to stay on. This is going to be needs to get under a 45.
Oh,
Middle guy, he goes for a branch. It just falls off in his hand, and he goes screaming down into the depths below. The guy at the front hears that, turns, and tries to use his momentum to leap to the edge, to maybe be able to grab someone's hand. Again, 45. He's going to be able to. So he is leaping towards any of you. Is anyone willing to try to reach out and grab him, or are a group of you going to try to catch him before he falls into the crevice?
Engine's here. Grab him. You've got the highest strength.
I'm not sure about that.
Faison does. Somebody grab him. Somebody's got the highest strength. It's not me.
My strength is
My strength's 45.
57. So it is
Like
me.
I said, Engine's here. Grab him.
All right.
Yeah,
So
you
you
can float anyway. Just
you
help
head to
him
the edge. Uno, are you helping him at all with this? I'm sure the other guys will help, like allow you to hover just over the edge and be holding on to you.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're like surrounded. All right, give me a strength check plus, what would that be? Plus 30 with your negative. What's that, Spoon?
Grab him good.
Grab him good.
Grab
So
him good.
strength plus 40 then.
That's a.
Oh, you never know. No worries.
You ripped him in half.
You're able to grab
Just tear his arm right off.
and pull, and just as you're all kind of collapsing back into each other, the tree finally snaps, and the guy that's in the back just jumps up, and you watch as he kind of thinks he's not gonna make it, and then the tree just quickly collapses on itself and thwacks him right in the back and sends him just like a ball off a bat, just flying up and over and past you and kind of landing on his shoulder and rolling. And just looking around like, how did I just do that? What I just did.
Performing miracles.
The Omnissiah is good.
Yeah, as you all sit there in the dirt kind of panting for a moment, you watch as the tree just folds and falls itself deep into the crevice.
I don't
But-
pant. It would be undignified
Right.
for a robot man.
There is no panting for you.
Bob's up and down.
I just hover menacingly.
So,
Hovering menacingly in the corner.
with that, you quickly make your way back to your transport.
Troops.
You can see that the camp has been expanded a bit. You do see a refill of your troops. Let's go ahead and move the dead folk out of here. You don't need them anymore.
Except for parts.
Exactly.
For reasons. I readjust my tri-point hat on my helmet.
So
Just gotta-
your medic, Ichabod Raucus, is down there. He was taking samples, but as you all show up, he immediately tries to identify those that are injured, and assist them. Noticing that you are clearly injured, rogue trader, he takes you and pulls you back into the tent, for some privacy and conversation. You have quite a few new troops, about 10 additional warriors that are down here. Do you advise them to take precautions, or what is your immediate kind of order to the crew that are here?
I want them to take up guard positions. We don't know who's coming. Whether it be other rogue traders or Eldar. So,
All right,
be
so
prepared for any.
they agree. There's a few questioning looks around all of them as they look for the fall, and they do recognize the body bags, and there's some questioning looks as to who it might be. Uno, you and your men, what are your orders?
so he pushed up to the back of the ship.
I got shoved in the back.
So
by the medic.
he was immediately dragged into like the medic's tent to be worked on.
Oh, this is friendly.
Yeah.
we're friendly.
You're back at your landing site. So these are all basically the 3 men that are around you. Those are your loyal troops
Yeah.
dedicated to your house.
like
Everyone else is members of the armsmen for the ship. Your standard guard.
That's a big fucking carrot.
I guess basically just tell them to gear up and kind of once they're geared up and healed up to get back to me.
Mhm.
I don't really need anything personally other than a little ammo.
Yeah,
So-
speaking of that, I'm gonna reload all my guns while I'm stuck in a tent.
The medic begins healing you, providing an IV, wrapping your wounds, stitching what needs to be stitched, giving you some painkillers, and helping you to recover. As he's doing this, he's asking you kind of what has happened. He notices some like flame and burn wounds. He asks you about those. You can notice looking around the tent that there's a large amount of samples and vials that have been taken up from dirt to liquid. You do see a small bit of almost silver liquid that's in a very thick capsule and kind of off in its own case. There's been fronds of the tree kind of taken in here, and you can see almost a dissection of them. And you also notice like the remnants of what must have been one of those pig or boar like creatures. You can see a decent amount of meat kind of stacked up, but also the flesh, the skin or hide has been folded and put into a corner, and a couple of the tusks have been pulled out and are set on a table.
I'll ask him if he's learned anything of interest.
I've been doing some study here. I did find those trees you're speaking of. From my understanding, it does appear that this... And he goes and gathers a small, it's like a milky white liquid, this organic compound from the tree fronds. It does appear to cause a soothing, curative properties for burns, specifically radiation burns. And I do believe it is likely due to the severe radioactive quality of this planet. My studies into the dirt and even the roots of many of the plants have shown that while the atmosphere and the ground is not yet toxic, it is certainly nearing a dangerous point. I fear that this world is getting close to a quite dangerous change. I do believe it has something to do with the volcanoes nearby. Even just within a day's time, I've noted the radioactive readings have begun to raise. I haven't learned much more than that. I did some of the wildlife. This boar here, its hide seems to have adapted to the dangers of this place, and he goes and grabs. If you notice here, it is quite similar to the suits given to our men on board that deal with the plasma drives, radiation suits, but just this thick rubber. I do believe the creature used its tusks to dig deep into the ground, and it seemed to eat the roots of these things for sustenance. And I I do think that the adaptation of consuming such radioactive meals has given it this form. I've noted quite a few insect-like creatures as well that seem to be quite larger than they should be, quite more ferocious as well. It is quite the beautiful world, sir, and it does have some subtle qualities to it, but as I said, I fear it might be heading towards a very dangerous point.
I think we pissed off the inhabitants too. That might not be well.
Was there? I noticed you returned with some dead. Might I ask who it was, Lord Captain?
Air conditioner's going crazy. Whatever. Yes, it was a few guardsmen, Servo Skull, and my cousin. Corvus is dead.
Takes a moment to grab your shoulder. Sir, I'm devastated by that news.
As am I.
May I ask, how is it he passed? Was it an honorable death?
He died as all should in the service to the Emperor.
Then he will serve by the Emperor's side until all eternity. I'll make sure that he is well preserved and return to the vessel with haste. Are there any other members of your squadron that are requiring aid at this time, sir?
Did anybody else ever actually get wounded?
There were...
Yeah, I took a
Yeah.
couple of hits.
Lazarus took some... I think most of the men that did, they're dead now.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I think like anybody who survived is either Lazarus or me.
Yeah, I'm 4 down. I've got 4 wounds on me.
So yeah, Lazarus isn't. The Engineer Prime is injured. The rest didn't make it.
All right. I will make sure that he is cared for as well. Might I ask, what is your wish, sir? We can certainly stay for more time, but if you are wanting to head back to the vessel, I completely understand. Transport is more than capable of returning you back in no time.
I really want to keep people on the planet, but if it's getting super radioactive.
Perhaps sometime I could sit with Lazarus and we might be able to get a more firm timeline on how much time we might have available. You said that you found inhabitants of this place. Might I ask who they were?
They may or may not be Eldar.
Well, Lyser, I had a feeling. Those structures nearby, they're Wraithbone, aren't they?
They are. And that's all the more reason why I want this planet.
There's certainly something here. These Eldar, they were defeated or just driven away?
More so left of their own free will.
I see. Do you feel that they will be returning?
They left a very clear warning that we have a day to leave.
How many days ago did they leave this warning, sir?
Last night, maybe 8 hours ago.
I see. Well, it is certainly within your warrant to claim any world and purge it of its Xenos.
We may just have to slightly glass it, that's all.
Well, I am certainly not as educated in the finances as Leo might be, but I I do feel that there could be wealth within this world, so if you feel that we can truly claim it, then I am more than happy to stay upon this world and offer my services as I might.
Wonderful idea. I think we will try and claim this. We will have to reinforce a bit more, but it is very doable.
He does point you to the radio within the transport as well, in case you want to use that. But yeah, within your time spent there, I'd say, let's see, what's your total health?
12.
12. Okay, so you get up to 10
Yay.
with this, and then Lazarus, you're brought in. You see the same thing, and as he begins kind of, oh, he's not here. All right, so
Run away. So small break.
yeah, no worries. Well, actually, we'll go to Uno then, as the rogue trader goes to deal with himself, and they have a time of medic and repair. You have become witness to a star map of sorts, and it seems to be this spider web in which the center of it will be the dread pearl, but someone had stolen that gem, that rune, long ago, and all you have now are these blips, these small strands that lead out to other planets beyond. Without your immediate understanding of the Coronis expanse, you're still relatively new within this place. How would you be dealing with this new puzzle in your mind? What would you do? Would it be consulting members on the ship? Would it be sitting and meditating and trying to put pieces yourself? What would be your method of trying to figure out what exactly it is that map shows?
I'd definitely probably be consulting with my house when I get a chance. As far as down here, though, I don't really think there's any, because it's mostly just guardsmen down here, isn't it?
Yeah, down here it's just guardsmen. You do have access to radios to head back up, or to call back up, but yeah, it's just your guardsmen down here, and Ekips, who is again just your head guardsman. But this is a new challenge for you. Are you finding excitement in it, or are you bothered by it? What is Uno's feeling as to having a star chart that is, well, for all you know, unstudied, unsurveyed, Xenos almost in its making, or definitely Xenos in its making? What is your general mood towards this?
It would be exciting, since it is, purely new and relatively, unknown.
Do you find yourself thinking upon it a lot? Do you find yourself like drawing it out and trying to just remember those specific points? What is your method of meditation on it?
It'd probably be like not like physically tracing it out and like going over it, but in my mind, because obviously I don't need to be leaving breadcrumbs for other people to find.
Is there any part of you concerned that all of these other rogue traders are going to show up and find that same thing that you have now? Like, is there a bit of urgency that there will be other navigators that have witnessed it and will be trying to solve it before you can?
Urgency, yes, but I'm not too worried about it.
Right.
But I am.
Yeah, but that's your problem.
Yeah, and it's not going to be anybody else's problem here in a little bit. For I have an orbital solution.
You sure do. Now,
Orbital strike.
when you do an orbital strike, it's not always about accuracy, it's just about pure destruction. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, that's why I just want to kind of ruin that tower.
Yeah.
Yeah, just ruin that whole tower area.
So, yeah, let's go back there. So, Uno, you take some time, you find a tent, you're sitting there meditating on the star charts for a bit. You call back up to your radio tower, and you have a conversation with Leo for a bit, your high factotum. He expresses his sadness for Corvus's loss, provides some updates that he is in preparation for sending off paperwork. He has noted that the vessel of the Feckward dynasty has vanished. They popped out of system. They have records that the aircraft of the Baron dynasty have been called back to the vessel. They're making their way back off the planet, and that the transport of Madame Charleball did appear. It seems like they were silent running within an asteroid field, but they came out to meet up with a transport, and they are quickly heading out of system as well. So all three current rogue traders that you've been around seem to be making their way out of the system, not wanting to stay and spend time. It would seem that their pursuit is focused on the end result. He also provides some information on the general going on. He advises that officers of the lower deck have started to hear grumblings of fear and discontent at the fact that no one had been put into position to take over if something happened to Victress, to you while you're on world. You didn't have or instill a second in command, and now with the loss of Corvus, this is certainly something you will want to deal with swiftly. There is certainly a large amount of concern that if the rogue trader falls and there is not someone to take the helm, that the entire vessel will fall to chaos. But yeah, with
I don't know who to trust.
that is tough at this time. The two men that had been at your side, provided you safety, protection, good advice, leadership, have now passed or disappeared. And you have a crew full of relatively new, untested, and certainly unfamiliar faces to deal with.
Give
But
it to Dan.
that is, hey, I mean, that could certainly have interesting results.
It's an Ogren ship now.
But that is a future problem. You want to deal with some now problems. So tell me, Spoon, what is it that the rogue trader is ordering your vessel to do? It had been kind of staying back behind the planet, using the planet as a buffer between it and the light cruiser that Baron had. And they seem to never have any contact. There were a few scans that were sent out, but there was definitely no approach. There was no reaching out. But they could certainly move into position and attempt to do whatever you would like them to. So just gotta let me know what that is.
Well, I wish to glass a set of coordinates.
All right.
As so much in as a show of strength as well as destroying the tower.
So do you have, like, tell me how you're going to help them target. Is it based off of just your relative distance? Are you having someone get up to a high place and try to spot it with like a, you know,
Where's the engineer?
he's being repaired.
But is Oz here?
I think so.
Sorry, yeah? What?
Do you have any kind of mapping technology in that robot brain of yours?
I'm afraid that I do not. Actually, I do know surface navigation. I don't know if that will be of assistance, but perhaps. I
Well,
can
with
help you target.
your eidetic memory, I'm gonna say yeah. You could probably do some quick math to figure out how far away that this would be from where you are now.
And I would assume you could also triangulate from where we lost the servo skull,
Yeah, sounds good.
and then you can just kind of measure from there.
Okay. Give me a logic test plus 10 because of your memory.
Good.
So plus 20.
Such a
And are you like
broken-
sitting there with pen and paper? Like you're in the tent, you just grab some stuff and you're just starting to
Yep.
yeah, perfect. Yep. Kind of sweep across some of the medical supplies, just knock them on the floor, clear your own space and get to work. Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
What is it? Auto diction where you write with both hands.
I did it.
Oh yeah. So yeah, you're able to give them, you know, relative coordinates using the data that you have within the vessel here that's giving you kind of your position, and then using just standard kind of arithmetic to gauge distance, position, using north, south, east, west. You are able to give them a target to aim at. So it probably takes about maybe an hour, hour and a half for your vessel to move. There's a brief moment where you can see this dark shape kind of move across the sun, this foreboding presence as it comes across and kind of hovers there. This area is no more than, again, 20 kilometers from you. It's really not that far away from you from a ship's perspective.
I'm gonna order everybody to hunker down a little bit. Might be flying debris.
Hold on to your butts.
Macro cannons engage.
Let's see. So who would we have fire on this? You definitely. Who's your
Got a
fire?
whole
Is it your
list of-
bosun?
Who is your daddy and what does he
Let's
do?
see. No, that's the training.
Crew. Here, what do we got? Crew, main, master at arms, maybe?
That's Corvus. He's
Oh.
not on the ship. He's in that bag behind you. It's probably your master of ordnance.
There's his secondary tab.
Yeah, he's secondary. He's big strong man.
God, yeah, it's...
All right. So yeah, he's got a ballistic skill of 45. I'm gonna say that's a. Let's see. With your success there, yeah, I'll say it's a plus 20. So 10 plus 20.
Good boy.
All right. So you're gonna roll. You're gonna roll for me. So you're gonna try to beat a 65, and this is to gauge how accurate they are, because they're gonna hit the world. but it's really about how close they're gonna get to the target.
1D100, right?
1D100, trying to beat a 65. Barely, but that is enough.
That's like a 40, isn't it? With the additions.
No, you're trying to beat a 65. The 65 was with your bonuses. Yep, it still works. It still works. You watch as that large, dark, single shape spits out these small, almost sparkle-like shapes. You watch as they pierce through the atmosphere like 100 different golden orbs. And then you hear that sound, the whistling of these macro batteries, these massive bullets as they begin to fly through the atmosphere, heading down toward the world. There's a few armsmen that watch, see where it's going, and they stand up. And they get on top of the rock. You see one climbs to the top of the tree. And you all watch as the horizon explodes in fire and chaos. The entire world seems to shake and shudder as this massive fist of bullets pounds into its surface. Repeatedly, they fire. And after a good 5 or 6 minutes of this chaos, you see nothing but a mushroom cloud of dust rising from where the tower had once stood. This
What millimeter shells are those that fire from batter?
Say that again?
Freaking plasma cannons, man.
They're pretty massive.
I was thinking like millimeter shells.
No.
Hey, look, here's a slight picture copied from a book. Basically, giant freaking laser cannons, my dude.
It's just, even if they're firing shells, like, they are larger than tank shells. I mean, they're probably around 10 inches, diameter. Massive things.
I was trying to find a video, but nobody's ever recreated any. Yeah.
So as you watch this pile of dust begin to fade, you wait for survey responses, for their scans. There's a moment of silence as the entire woods just fall dead, eerily quiet. The creatures, the insects, everything silent. Target confirmed, sir. Tower is no more.
Excellent shooting.
The silence of this place is cut short as you hear a distant gunshot, a thud, a gasp, and the soldier that climbed the tree falls down dead, shot through the head. Let's take a quick break and come back to see what happens.
Some freaking Eldar.
For everybody out there watching, thanks for hanging out. We're going to just take another quick break, allow ourselves to refresh, get up, stretch. I recommend you do the same. When we come back, we'll see what's going to happen now, because I'm sure it's going to be fun. We'll BRB.
We're doing the good things, only the bad things.
All right. Let's hop back into this madness. Rogue Trader, you had received a warning. Leave by time, or by the time that the sun rose, or you would face dangerous foes. And unfortunately, it seems that your utter destruction of the tower has caused something, well, to strike out and attempt to harm. A rifle shot sounded, a guardsman fell dead. Your crew immediately braces and prepares for battle. What is your order, Lord Captain?
Hot dog.
Hot dog.
Hot
That is
dog
the
for
secret
everyone.
command for Exterminatus.
Yeah, just kind of hunker down, take cover, and wait. I guess.
Where do the three of you go to?
I appear to be in the ship, so I'll just go to like the back of the ship.
Quick question though. First, were we able to get reloads? Were we able
Yeah,
to we have the time to do that? Okay.
Yeah, you're able to resupply.
Okay.
Bless the guns, or somebody's gun.
How many guns can I bless? Actually, that's a good question. I always forget that.
I think it says like a 1d10.
A number of weapons equal to intelligence bonus with a 10-meter radius, and it is an intelligence test required. All right.
So like mine and Faison's gun. Well, mine, Faison, and this guardsman here.
I mean, we could definitely test to see how fast you are.
Over here.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, give me. You're still floating, so give me an agility test, and I'm gonna say with a bonus plus 10. Let's see, you still have that fatigue though, so yeah, it's okay. Well, we'll still do a plus 10.
Okay.
It's just to see how fast you're able to go.
Hey.
Wow. Okay, so add. Yeah, with that, I'm gonna say you can 6 weapons. You're able to get to 6 weapons.
Sweet. I do it. Me, Faison, Spoon, and whatever 3 guards I could get nearest to us.
Okay. Sounds good. As soon as the gunfire goes out, Uno, what do you do?
Sorry, I hadn't zoomed in on where I'm at. Oh, I'm there. Okay. Okay, so we don't know where the shots came from.
No, it was definitely a sniper shot, and you know the relative area just based off of the way the guy fell out of the tree, but you're not sure if you're surrounded or if it's just one or many or what's going on.
Am I in a tent?
You are in a tent.
Why are you measuring for me?
I'm concealed.
Because that's still in the range of your gun.
Oh shit! Yeah, it is.
Like, what?
I was actually afraid that it was Stilts measuring to see whether he could shoot me in the face or not.
No, that wasn't me. I would be bright red.
So I'm going to kind of start peering out of the tent without like moving like the flaps or anything, just kind of like finding a spot where I can look out and start scanning.
Okay. So you all take position brace. And let's see. Just gonna do a quick roll here.
I don't like that.
You are in cover, so that matters. Another shot rings out, and Lazarus and Victress, you see the rock just explode by the head of this armsman, but he ducks just in time and doesn't take any damage.
Damn.
So,
Alright.
as it's clear, you have unknown assailants assaulting your position. Let's go ahead and roll some initiative
Oh,
and
now
see where we're at.
Now's where things get hard. Oh, is
Wait,
there-
gotta
So it's
clear.
actually add 1 to that because of the Hiver thing.
Okay, let me add that back in there. It's okay. I'm gonna add you back in. So we got an 8, 12. Oh, roll 20s running slow.
That's another thing about Foundry. Not slow.
Phazon
Least it
rolled a
should.
5. Come on.
Yeah, I'm taking my time in that tent.
So if you wear cowboy boots made of crocodile skin, are they Crocs?
Do do
No.
do do do.
No, we're not doing that. Just gonna shut that down right now.
Why not? Come on, man.
Oh no. Only a 1? Oh no.
That's not good.
That's not good at all. Let's
Who got a
see.
1?
Okay, the armsman did a little bit better. All right, and just get a couple more here. Let's do that. That. Oh, what is with these ones?
Welcome to our hell.
Wait, is that? Oh, that's what's going on. I see. Well, that's okay. I need to make
That's
some
like-
adjustments here.
Do they not have any initiative?
No,
Or any stats?
they have stats, but it wasn't pulling it for some reason.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know why.
And Phazon. If you guys wanted the GM, apparently now's the time to do.
So that would be 5. Okay.
Why?
Stilts was looking it up on Reddit to see about just looking at random GM stuff, and apparently people are charging like a minimum of $15 per character.
Oh, wow.
Per person. And some of them for like 5e were like $70, I think you saw.
Dear
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Per session, per
What?
player. I'm
Holy
like, what are you
what?
even bringing to that game? Because that's.
I would love to know, like,
That's got to be like 40 years experience GMing and custom miniatures you're sending out at that point.
custom literally everything. Jesus, yeah. Here, you get your own set of, like, gem dice.
Well, I just looked into like
Wait,
the
how
average
much?
one. So the average I found was $15 per player per session, which is just ridiculous in my mind.
That is crazy.
And so I looked. I'm like, okay, there's got to be something cool, and it's not. They're like, we will provide a fun experience, and I will give you a campaign wiki, and we will bring role play and improvisation to it. Like, how is that worth anything?
All the stuff that have to do it.
Exactly.
You know what it is? I mean, it's just simply supply and demand. Like everybody wants to play, but nobody wants to run. So
Well, everybody's stuck at home right now, and they figure it's the best time to learn. So
that's true. Everybody's doing their side hustle. Yeah.
Well, don't worry, everyone. I'm not gonna charge you to play the games.
all right,
Don't worry.
I paid in like 5 years ago when I helped pay for a month of premium.
True. I paid you back by subscribing to you for months without you actually streaming.
Yeah, I never got any of that money.
I
so
know
that's
that's a waste. That's dumb. Way to go, Twitch.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey,
You know, I
we
had-
got some foes to fight somewhere,
Yeah, somewhere. Look back on task. Here we go.
and it is your turn. They're victorious now. I would say you do have access to the ship's equipment if you want to try using it. You could definitely try. I'm sure that it has some version of radar. I'm not sure if it peaks what exactly is in there.
So, I'm not going to do it. I have tech use, but it's not going to be anywhere near the kind of tech use that my Engine Tier Prime has. So,
Mhm.
I'm not going to
for
try
days.
because my tech use is only 54.
Oh, that's not that bad.
Yours is probably like 80, isn't it?
It's 73, but
Yeah, see?
still.
just
54 is not bad.
73.
That's only plus 10 in it. That's not bad.
Oh
But
yeah,
I'm
no,
not
I'm
gonna-
maxed, so like yeah, you're fine.
So I'm not going to try, but I will have the tech priest come in and fiddle with the radar and pings and whatnot. But right now, I'm just going to thing. So everybody around me is already sort of, into the jaws of hell thing. So they're immune to pinning and fear.
Okay.
As long as they can see me or see me or hear me. So, right now I'm just gonna kind of. I don't think they know exactly where I'm at, so I'm just gonna kind of wait. I'm gonna hunker down a little bit out the back of this door here, and I'm gonna.
Do you I mean, do you try to give your men like an inspiring speech to prepare them to fight, to put their backs into it, or are you just gonna
Oh,
give
yeah.
yourself a good hunkering spot?
Speech is literally gonna be do it good.
Boys, kill 'em good.
Aha!
Or,
changed
or,
it. This is why I subscribe to his Patreon.
That's why that tier 1 is $100 a month.
It's a personal handwritten letter saying "do it good."
I change it up every month and I send it out to us.
So worth it.
One's in friggin' calligraphy, one's cursive, one's just a stamp.
All right.
But I'll tell the boys, keep your eyes peeled. Not sure what's out there. If you see something, take your shot. If not, stay low, stay in cover. Just be ready. I'm not sure what it is, but we'll kick its ass. And do it good.
Hoorah!
Give me a command.
Any positives? Pluses?
No, just straight. See if you're able to reach everyone out there. If it's what's that?
Interaction.
Yep.
I get a plus 10 for an interaction test.
There
Here
you
we
go. There you go.
Ha-ha!
Yeah, that's everyone. All right. So, I'll say for the next 2 rounds, your everyone automatically gets a plus 10 on top of what they're doing. They're automatically influenced. So 2 rounds plus 10.
Like I said last time, I'm just gonna do the support role now, as much as it's gonna kill me.
All right, Lazarus, it's your turn.
I have been asked by the rogue trader to do it good, so I guess I'm gonna get in there and do it good. By
As
trying to
well.
scan for.
Yeah, doing a quick active augury. Let's see. I gotta remind myself on what exactly that was. So that's gonna be our
Damn, dude!
ship
5.6
stuff.
degrees of success. Nice.
Yeah, everybody gets a +10, and then another +10 for doing it good.
So
You can go-
active augury. Come on, show it. There it is. Scrutiny plus detection. Okay. What does our little Arvis lighter have for detection?
1 million.
Much, but
Nothing, it appears. Maneuverability.
I like my anthem
0.
better.
So
Can
yeah.
we go with mine?
Say that again.
Can we go with mine, which was 1 million?
Tech use. Yeah. Let's
do it good.
let's say give me a tech use. You can take your +10. And this is just to see if you're able to get it, pick up anything on the radar. And I'm gonna
Hey, it's not
gonna
bad.
have your combatants do
Ping
a quick
everything.
thing just to see. Secrets, but you'll still see it because there's no way to hide these easily.
You can do a
I guess I have to be in the craft here, probably up at the cockpit there.
Let's see. Actually, I can just do this. No modifier, just straight up.
As a side note, I would
That's-
never want to be pinged by radar.
That's
Like not just as like an identification thing, but it's out.
Yeah.
dong.
If you've ever been, there are videos online of divers being pinged by active sonar, which is, well, I guess I mean sonar, but sonar, it's, a sub was like 3 miles out and it shook the diver.
Damn. All right.
Yeah, like the ping is freaking. See if I can find the video.
All right, so here's what happens. You look across as the radar goes out, and you can see the flashes of your own men kind of ripple across nearby, and then it heads deeper into the woods. And for just fleeting moment, you just see it light up in these sparkles, but quite a few of them quickly diffuse and disappear. But you are able to catch on to a couple that stay no longer hidden, unable to hide from you, and they become revealed deep in the woods, attempting to hide, but they are now revealed.
Ooh. Gotcha, bitches.
Danger close fire mission.
We
Fuck
gotcha.
this fucking planet.
All right, do you want to move? Or I guess you did. You moved in there, you did your
I
thing.
think I had to move in there to do it. I
All
figured,
right.
Yeah.
So let's just take a look at one of your armsmen here. I need to refamiliarize myself with what kind of range they're working with.
I think they've got las pistols and.
I do have las guns. Las
Oh, las
gun,
Um,
which is 50. All right.
Ooh. These
Uh-huh.
first 3 are screwed.
Yeah.
Just in the range here, and then you can extend the range a bit, but everybody
Little
here
bit.
is within awesome range.
So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 that are immediately gonna open fire. Yeah. Yeah.
Get that flip, boys.
So they
Light 'em up.
are gonna be rolling at ballistics plus 10. Oh yeah, yeah. That's that's the wrong thing.
Do we get to see those rolls?
Oh yeah, yeah. If roll 20 will allow.
Okay. I'm not worried either way, but oh,
So first one misses. Second one hits.
Nice.
Third one misses.
Ooh.
Fourth one hits.
Wow, he really hit him.
All right.
He did it good. He
So,
listened.
the first, let's see, we had 0.2 for 5. That'll work.
Unfortunately, I know Eldar are tough.
Just a little bit. So we have 5 and 6 energy with 0 pen. All right. So yeah, that first line just fires, and you see these red blasts of energy carve through the forest and impact a few of these Eldar, and these dark crimson full body armor get hit right in the chest and have to pull themselves down. They definitely felt the impact. For your other guys, they're gonna try to move a little bit. No, they can't move, so he can do his full sprint. He's gonna head there. This guy, how far is 24? Can he get there? Oh, just barely. This guy, can he get over here? Nope, he's gonna have to hunker down here by his buddy. And then the one that's in the back is gonna take position here. All right, cool. So yeah, there's been some damage here. We've got some stuff happening now. Now let's move on to our next.
Ooh, Bart.
Do. All right, he's gonna fire. Let's see what happens.
Here's what I'm afraid of.
What's that?
Just Eldar shooting at people.
Yeah.
Yo,
Oh, hello there.
that's what
fine.
I'm afraid of. Eldar are terrifying. We really
So
could on a better planet.
yeah. Okay.
Oh, it's killing me. I'm dying.
Uh-oh, shit.
Let's see,
You're
where
killing
was
food
that?
IRL.
That was a 6. That was a 6 that was rolled on that. Yeah. Roll me real fast, Spoon. Roll me a D5, or actually a D4. We're gonna pick which one of these guys in the front just got head capped. Number 3. So this guy here in the middle just loses his helmet and loses his head as a laser shot just blasts through his face, and there's not much left there. You were able to get a relative area that it seems to be deeper in the woods. It's back there a distance and is quite scary.
Range are we dealing with?
So, it is now their turn. Yeah, that's a good question. So let me just double check something real quick. So that would be how much? That would be 3. Okay. I like it. So why is my mouse not working properly?
Looks fine to me.
Let's see. Can I find something that will work for this?
I'm just kind of worried about the danger close macro battery attacks.
Yeah, that's a thing.
I've lost my cousin. I've lost my patience.
I'm about to lose my patience with Roll20 and its lagginess.
I'm about to solve this whole problem, boys.
So, as soon as that rifle shot goes off, you hear this hissing sound begin to form as you watch smoke begin to rise in front of these individuals, causing it to be a little difficult for you to see past. Can I make these bigger, please? Oh my goodness, I am about to throw my mouse in the garbage. All right, so 3 smoke grenades. 1, 2. Paste. 3. All right, and these other folks.
Beep.
Okay. So, yep, the rest of your men are going to head back to your tent and take up position around you, Uno. So they head back here and offer you protection. There's more things.
I had a terrible idea that would happen.
That's always fun.
Oz. Oh, he's not here. Or he's muted. He's muted at least, but
All right, Uno, it's your turn. What do you do?
Did I see anybody with my?
You
Hearing
saw
out the first time?
you saw the 5 individuals in red kind of get knocked into view, but now smoke has come up and it's hard to see any off to the left. You can barely see the one that's straight ahead of you, but yeah, you haven't noticed anyone else quite yet.
I think it's a good time to grab my guards and do a hard right flank.
Okay. So are you just doing a full sprint then?
Yeah.
All right.
I was trying to find that again.
Sprinting for combat allows you to move your full run speed, and it is a full action.
18.
your run speed's only 18?
Yeah.
Oh. That's not
Okay.
bad.
So, I'll basically kind of
Whoop.
basically telling
Right over
them
there?
as
Yep.
I go sprinting out.
Yeah, I'll say for this, since you were close enough. Yeah, they'll head straight over there. All right, Victress, you're down 2 men. Smoke is now in the air.
The ship's still overhead, right?
Yeah.
And it would be easy to provide accurate firing data, right? Because we know
You
where
would
they're at.
be. Mm,
Extreme
this
danger
is.
close, yes, but not for a torpedo.
Let's see.
No, it's just a stupid idea. I'm not. That's what
I
I'm
think
like,
it has a blast radius of
oh,
quite a
right.
bit.
But then we would have to.
Send the transport back up. This is when your rogue trader learns he needs to go buy a couple more transports. Or drop pods, or anything
Yeah,
else.
we don't have anything to drop them with.
No, you can just throw them out the airlock. See what happens.
They would burn up. Well, they might not. I don't know. But we'd have to send the
What could
transport up
go
and then...
wrong with that idea? Ugh, catch.
Actually, how long would it... Since the ship's overhead, how long would it... for the transport to go up, load up, and then come back?
It would probably take about 30 minutes up, 30 minutes back, which is very, very long in combat
Yeah,
terms.
considering each minute's like 6 seconds, yeah. Or each turn is. So, yeah, probably not. We really need to get that other ship up and running. That's our next goal, boys. To get the other ship fully stocked, and
I'm in for it.
we're gonna burn our profit factor awful quick.
Well, you do have a meeting at one of the only shipyards within the Cronus Expanse to drop off your drugs if you so want to.
Yeah,
True.
yeah. But that's not right now. I'll adjust my hat while I'm thinking. I must look like an idiot with a freaking tri-point hat on top of my helmet.
Nah.
It might actually look cool. I don't know. Crap. Because I really don't want to go out there and get blasted by a freaking Eldar. And the smoke grenades are there now, so... I don't know. Can I see any of them from where I'm at? Range of what? What's my range?
No, the only ones you had been able to see are now hidden behind smoke.
Oh, I couldn't hit him anyways. I don't have any grenades.
Actually, you
So yeah,
probably
just so you're aware, there are actually rules for planetary bombardment. So you would have just done 4d10 plus 5 pen 4 damage towards the structures. You would be doing 5d10 plus 40 damage to each individual unit struck.
crap. Oof.
That's a last ditch at this point, but I so want to do it.
Each separate shell of energy blast affects a relatively small area, little more than a few dozen meters across, but you are firing hundreds of shells. So effectively encompassing about 100 meters of death.
Oof. 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 Well, I could fire back here. Oof. Well, that would be okay. I'd be okay. Not at the
I mean-
club, but I'd be okay.
This could be a board and get out of dodge situation that they fire as soon as you are fleeing. It would require you leaving men behind, but sometimes rogue traders got to make a hard choice.
I really don't want to leave this planet.
Yeah, well, you can definitely try to fight through. Or even send your transport up to get the murderous servitors and try to push through that way.
What do you think, boys?
You definitely pissed off the inhabitants, and now they're sending their war dogs after you.
It's
but if we
weird that
kick
they don't
these
like us cratering their planet.
Yeah,
That's just, I feel like they just took that a little personally.
it's a Xenos thing. You wouldn't understand it.
Actually, I might. They might also. Eldar have extremely long memories, so.
Well, then
might
we
also
better
hate-
kill them right here and now.
They might also hate my family.
Yeah, there's definitely bad blood with Taurians and Eldar. Now, there are many, many, many different clans of Eldar, so it's unlikely that this specific clan knows of you because that was the Calixus sector. These seem to be part of the Coronis.
These seem to be assholes.
But I mean, you are speaking their language, and that's
That's
just
what.
that. Yeah, you shouldn't do that.
I should speak Eldar and be like, off you weekend. Just get the fuck off my planet.
Harass them till they leave. It's a plan. It's definitely a plan.
Verbally abuse the Eldar.
Well, you also know that all of your armsmen have grenades, so they can't throw them very far, but you have quite a bit of explosives around.
How far can they throw grenades?
3 times their strength bonus.
What's the average strength bonus for a guardsman?
I believe it is 4. Let me just double check. Their strength is... It's actually 3. Yeah, so they could throw it 9 meters.
Jesus. And frickin' Oz's strength is what? It's
5.
50?
Yeah.
15 meters?
Yup.
Jesus, my guy. All-star quarterback here.
Right? The
God, I
Omnicide be
really don't know what to
praised.
do because I can't hit anything from here. Because it's
Yeah.
just extreme distances. And I don't really want to leave the shuttle. Because there really is no backup if I die. Crap. You know what?
What's up?
I'm gonna give the order to all aboard.
Okay. So, yeah, you call out, get on board. Now, the high command, right? You already have your engine seer prime in there. Your navigator has just gone sprinting away from the vessel.
Well, I don't know that.
Yep. But yeah, this will likely leave many of your armsmen behind, as that is their duty to protect the road trader and give you a chance to get out, and flee
It's
from
not
the
like I wanna
situation.
Abandon my armsmen, but
Yeah, what other choice do you have? I get it.
I mean, like we can't fight these Eldar unless they get, and if they get closer, they're even more deadly.
Yeah, you're definitely in a bad environment right now.
Eldar are very deadly close quarters, as you saw with that one lady's blade,
Yeah.
and they're even better with them. So, yeah, all aboard, you know,
Okay.
and I'll just kind of strap into a chair here.
All right. So Lazarus,
Yep.
you hear all
Um,
aboard, and
Conveniently enough, I am already aboard. Are there any windows I can shoot through? I mean, not like I'm not going to blow away the window, but I mean like
as
I don't-
far like there, because this is a spacecraft, there's no like windows you can pop open. But
Right.
I'm sure that there's a maintenance hatch that allows you to get up to the roof if you'd want to do something like that.
yeah. I mean, while I'm waiting for everybody to get aboard, I
Sure.
might as well
Yeah.
start punching Xenos with weapons.
We need to get slug throwers.
So
yep.
where you're at, the only one you have a clear shot, or relatively clear, he is still in cover, is this one. The rest of these guys, you've lost them behind the smoke.
Yeah, I'll go for it. You know, I'll go for the guy that I can see.
Okay. So it'll be ballistic skill. It's just gonna be straight. You can do your aim, which would be +10 if you want.
Good, good.
So
Okay.
you already had that +10. Well, let's see. Actually, Lazarus has a whole bunch of stuff going on. So
Yeah, I'm
you
up
got
and
your
down all
fatigue,
over the
so that's
place.
-10.
Yep.
He's in cover, so that's an extra -10. You have your +10 bonus from the invigorating speech of the captain. So that puts you at -10, and then do it good would put you at a straight roll, and then if you aim, that would still be a +10. So there you go,
All right.
ballistic
There you
+10.
go.
Aim it
That's
is.
a lot of math real fast.
Yeah, that is some math. Kerchow. Hey.
Yes.
Yeah,
My boy.
he's gonna try get down. He's gonna try to get down. Get down with
I
it.
hope he doesn't.
Did you single two or four shot that?
Nah,
Oh, that's a
single.
lot of damage, and he is very happy he got down and out of the way of that
Yeah.
shot. Yeah. Oh boy, you like fire through the tree, and he just happens, or they just happen to duck enough that it
Mhm.
goes by, searing part of their armor. But
Alright then.
yes, you have the range, you have the aim. It's a matter of if you can get a good strike. All right.
Yeah, give him something to remember me by.
Mechanical stability.
So
Is he
I'm
just like hanging out the window, pot shotting at people?
he's at the top, yeah.
You've gotta like get a built-in bipod into your arm that just
That'd be
pops
pretty-
out when you shoot it. It's like boop.
Be pretty slick, wouldn't it?
the
Note
most useless
to self.
I'm gonna
thing
give the
ever,
armsmen a quick. Yep, they don't see nothing. They see nothing at all.
the most useless of items to have. What's that?
Don't
It's
worry
a
about
bipod.
it.
So you can rest your arm when you've got a drink.
Yeah,
A bipod come out.
perfect plan.
All right.
Perfect plan.
So we can at least get 2 to fire upon them.
Jesus,
So
that's
2 dice.
Stop dying. Stop it.
Let's go.
just-
These guys still get a +10 because it has not gone through the second round yet. So that's 1. That's a hit. And another +10. That's 2. That's also a hit. Okay. He is going to try to dodge 1, but we'll see. Straight up. Nope, he does not. So that is 13 points. That's definitely doing
That hurts.
some harm to them. And it's not making them happy very much.
Oh, let's see. The first one was where?
All right, so these guys know that you're prepared, so they're just gonna create as much protection as they can. Spread out and prepare to fire upon anyone that they perceive as a threat. All right, so now we're back to this dangerous individual who's hiding in far away places. It is another hit. So, Lazarus, as you go to fire out upon the individual in the tree, you watch as another rifle shot goes off. You're able to identify. Oh, give me the right person here. You're able to spot the sniper there in the back, but he is firing upon you. I need you
Uh-oh.
to try to dodge that, please.
Okay. Any modifiers?
Nope, that's just a straight dodge. You do. You see that laser shot heading towards your head. You just duck. You hear it kind of glance off the armor of the Arvslider, and you're able to duck out. Yeah, you were able to spot the sniper there
Well,
in
that
the
was
back.
lucky.
Oh, he way back there.
Yeah.
Guess who your new target is, Oz?
All right. Target
Okay.
acquired.
So
Bipod adjusted.
Yes.
let's see how far can these folks move. Movement, please. There we go.
Crap! Phazon,
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait as long as I can for you to get to this shuttle, because I'm not gonna murder you with an orb. You better get to this shuttle, boy. If you stay, it's your fault.
Well, I mean, I would have heard it, but
Well, it went out over the microbead. You heard short range
I know.
communication, so it's not gonna be my fault. I'm not gonna blame you.
How
Whether or not
far
we survive altogether.
can we roll 20? I'm trying to look at something, and you're not letting me. Okay. So I sent you to the map player. Go away, Smoke. Get out of here. All right. So you watch as these red armored individuals begin charging down out of the trees, heading towards your area, sprinting through the smoke. They have each pulled out these two long blades, and while their helmet completely covers their face, you feel the intensity. You watch as they almost glide across the ground, almost like ice skaters, not having to use a lot of movement to get from one place to another, able to sprint a full 30 meters in your direction. They are charging, and quickly.
I hate Eldar so much.
So your men are going to head over to you, for at least this time, to make sure you are well protected. Alright. And I'm gonna have these guys do a thing real fast. Let's see, who's over on that side? Yeah, we'll use Uno's eyes for this. We'll just see if they're able to do it anyways first. All right, Uno, go ahead and give me a perception check. Just to see. Or actually, if you have awareness, you can do awareness instead. Just to see if you spot anything. Oh yeah. Yep. So you watch as 3 individuals appear from the right-hand side, trying to be sneaky, but not too sneaky, and head up to the side of this tree here. And they are all going to open up on the armsmen in this general area, actually, now that they're closer. Yeah. Now what they're gonna do instead is, yeah. Oh yeah, that's definitely in range. Let's go ahead and do this.
Oh. Wait,
Ooh, that's a miss on 1.
are those?
Oh boy, they're all missing. Good. Good. All right. So they attempt to throw some grenades, but apparently don't take the tree into consideration. So, um, yeah, that's typical Roll20 doing Roll20 things. Yeah, Lazarus, go ahead and roll me a D10 3 times. We're gonna see where these grenades actually go off.
Can't wait to blame our bad luck on another roller.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Oof, a 10, a 2, and a 2.
All right. So we have.
Is that a crit fail?
So we have 2 that go backwards 12 yards, and 1 that goes this way. None of them actually doing anything to anyone, but you watch as these 3 plasma grenades go off, this dark electric almost explosion that coalesces in the middle and almost submerges upon itself, this dark blue energy that normally has a very electric, shocking value to it. But 3 of them just pop, 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 and nothing. They fail hard on their attempt to attack you. So yeah, Uno, it's your turn. They failed on their task. What do you want to do?
Well, I was told to retreat, so
So you
it's
start heading back.
time to book it back to the ship.
I like how your guardsman just got there. Just, damn it!
Turn around.
Well,
Flip it around.
didn't his order come out before they moved though?
Yeah, but they would have gone to protect you anyways.
Yeah, they don't know if you're going back or not. They're here for you.
Well, obviously.
So they'll be able to join you. So yeah, you.
What was the range on my
16?
35?
Oh, 35. There you go.
Oh, yeah, 35, sorry. Because I also have the same gun.
Okay, I want to take a shot at this first guy,
Mm-hmm.
and then use the rest moving back to the ship.
Okay. So yeah, you can definitely aim and fire, and then use your full walk speed and distance to head back there. So he's technically not in cover for you because he's at the side of the tree. So that would be your ballistic plus 10. So if you click your icon, and then you can click whatever weapon you're using, your hell pistol, add plus 10 and see what happens.
I have. Oh, that's for the damage. Oh.
Oh,
He's gonna
barely.
try dodge, fails. Yep.
Ha ha!
Because he's an idiot.
With a pen of 7, how much damage did you do? Go ahead and do your damage.
Roll that beautiful damage footage. Oof.
Hello.
I mean that might just be enough. Let me check.
That goes through him and shoots his friend as well, and they both die.
Yeah, no, that's definitely that's all you needed there with that pen.
How much armor did he have?
Not enough.
You're dealing with 4 armor. So you went right through the armor, right through his
So
body,
that's
and
not
just
enough. Yeah, it's not enough to get to the second guy.
no. But it's enough to turn him in just a
He
pile of goo.
liquefied.
Yeah, just the suit's still there, probably still good. Just need to wash it out. But the body inside just melts and screams in agony. So you can use your full walk to start heading back to the ship.
That was 6.
Dog crap. Corvus's body is still out there.
No, I'll say that you've had enough time to load it. All of the dead.
Freaking thing.
It does. Oh, we're moving the transport.
That would have been done during the downtime of the bombardment.
It does take some of the spots in there, so depends on if you take all of the dead or just Corvus. Your servo skull doesn't take up space.
And we were probably in the process of loading the others, but they're not like
Vital.
in the ship.
Yeah.
My guy better be in this ship.
That would have been up to you.
I would have been part of their duties of getting restock. My kinsmen do not lay on the battlefield.
Okay, well then we can load you and
So you can fit 12 total in here. So you can fit most. But it
We
depends
can
on
most
if you
of
want to wait that long.
whoever has a chance to get in.
It is your turn, Victress.
Okay, so Oz was using a freaking hatch to pop out and blast people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or Laz.
Yeah, buddy.
So if I pop out of a hatch, can I see anybody? I'll then move up to the hatch, which is
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah, you can see all the you can see everyone that is out right now. They might be in cover, but you can see their red hoods or their red helmets peeking out.
Doesn't do me any good because I can't hit anybody. What?
They're over there. They're over there.
I don't have any range. Screw it. I'm gonna taunt them. I'm gonna try and I'm just gonna taunt them.
Okay. What is your intention?
Let's see.
I guess that'd be Eldar berries. Har, har, har.
I'm just gonna stop that right now. We're not gonna do that.
Okay, that's fair.
We're not gonna go into Crocs. We're not gonna go into Eldar berries.
Go slink off to a corner now. It's fine.
I just kind of want to. I want to throw him for a loop. Momentary confusion more than anything.
Okay. So this would probably be 2 rolls. So first to speak the language to see how well it is, and then probably a blather check.
I don't have blather.
Well, there you go. Next thing to
Interaction
get.
test.
Let's see.
Again?
So it'll be, speak language first, and with their current disposition,
even with a positive, it wouldn't have mattered. I didn't mean to roll that, but I was hit the button by mistake.
it's all good. So when it comes to the Eldar language, humans don't normally have the great way of speaking the subtle, phrases or,
That's okay. It just
You
pisses
know.
them off anyway.
yeah, it basically sounds like you just picked up a Speak Eldar for Dummies and just read the author's intro to it. It's just pretty garbly.
La biblioteca.
Mm-hmm. Just it definitely feels Eldar. Whether it has any influence on them or not, it's hard to tell. Likely just makes them madder, if that was your intention. Lazarus,
Say that again.
what would you like to do as you prepare?
Well, I see Mr. Snipey Pants over there, and
You
I would
do.
like to take a shot at him. He wants to play that game. I'll play that game with him.
Okay, So, let's go through this again. We have the -10 for fatigue.
Yep.
And then -10 for his cover in the treetop.
Yep.
You got your do it good, and then I'm
Do it
assuming
good.
you're aiming. So it sounds like we're
Yep.
just on a straight roll.
Straight roll.
I just pat him on the back as he pops up through the hatch. You got it.
I don't got it.
You don't got it.
Yeah, you fire, and the figure just sits there, doesn't even move as the bolt
Oh, that little
just
bitch.
just hits right above him, just waiting, gauging you in his scope, just getting
what?
you dialed in.
You know what? I'm gonna fate point that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
like you see it, you're like, it's gonna go high. It's gonna go high.
All right. Well, that was even worse. But
And
that's fine.
then it goes way too high. You readjust, and now it's just flying up into the sky. You kill a bird
Yeah.
about 100 yards away.
Does it poop on his head as it
Bird
dies?
falls down and hits him in the back of the head.
It explodes.
Got
Yep, coats him.
I got the moral victory.
Coats him in bird guts.
He just still sits there and judges you.
Mine, they're Eldar. They do that. It's kind of
So, Victress, would your expectation of your armsmen be that they stand and hold the line, or that they start making their way back to you, especially with the enemy encroaching?
I think they would hold the line, but they wouldn't just try to go toe to toe with an Eldar. They know better than that. So they'd probably fall back a little bit and keep firing, but they wouldn't immediately try to run for the ship.
Okay. Sounds good. So
If they're not cowards, they're gonna stay and fight as long as.
yeah, they basically do some shiftings. That guy heads back. Not the tree.
Yeah, the tree heads back.
The tree takes some time, goes on a journey. These two head back, and then this one heads back,
My
and
brother-
then they're gonna say these three try to fire over there. So let's just do some quick shots. There's one. There's
we have the
two.
Ents on our side.
And there's three. So that's a miss, a hit. We got one hit for 7. 7 points. All right. That's going to be some. That's a bit of damage. Now over on this left-hand side, we have
Yeah,
1,
that
2, 3, 4. We have 4 to shoot. What are we shooting at? What was our goal? 35. So just a 35. Okay. So we got 4 at 45 because they're aiming. How many hit?
Do they get to do it good?
Ooh, 3. Yeah,
Nice.
they got 3. All right. Let's roll some damage then.
Roll that beautiful bean damage.
For their last gun. Come on with the lag. Nope, that's a frag grenade.
Yeah. go with
1,
that.
2, 3. Ooh, nice
Ooh,
damage.
boy.
Doing some good damage there. Okay.
We might not have to retreat with that if it keeps up.
That puts him out in the
Who's that?
Mm-hmm. That's
Just
the
the
armsmen who just light up with lasgun shots.
Oh, nice.
Forest turns to a dull red.
They can't let the torpedo crews show them up.
Okay.
Well, I mean, to be honest, their lives kind of depend on them taking them out, so.
What is this music?
It's getting intense now. All right, guess whose turn it is? It's the sniper face down. It's the final countdown, Lazarus. You ready?
The final shot.
Yes.
He aims.
I have never been more ready.
Got a hell of a range.
He aims. Oh yeah, 200 meters.
I want his gun.
Well, just take him out.
I'm gonna take them all out. I'm probably not gonna find one.
Probably not gonna have much left after that.
There will be slag where the gun used to be.
Oh boy.
I don't like that.
Whoa!
I don't like that at all.
It's only
Yeah.
210.
But it's
Yeah,
also
no,
a
it-
headshot.
Haha! No. Denied.
Oh yeah, Lance dodged it.
You
Attaboy.
did.
He just ducks his head to
You
the side.
like and as
No.
it goes through, it is exactly where your head was going to be. You actually see like a bit of damage on the armor, not enough to go through, but like it was gonna be there.
Yeah.
There's a bit like,
Ooh.
okay, thank the Omnissiah on that one. I don't know if I want to go out of that hatch again.
Uh-uh. The Omnissiah will protect me.
All right,
Roll 20 won't, but the Omnissiah will.
your guys move back, so they're gonna have to change their action here. That's okay. So they're going to holster their weapon and attempt to fire. Come on. Give me their character sheet. They are going to fire their... Oh boy, yeah, that's definitely what they're going to fire. Oh boy, this is going to be interesting. So we have...
Our boy's not killing Eldar?
No, you damage them, but they do have armor. They still have armor all over. So
Well, yeah, I know that much. I'm just trying to gauge how much these Eldar can survive.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Wow. Well,
Wow.
dodge those shots.
Only 2 of them made their shots.
I know, but
Mhm.
it's still gonna hurt. Look, they have clips of 100. I want those guns. Eldar weapons are fucking fantastic.
All right, Armsman 1, do a dodge. He does not do a dodge. Armsman 2, do a dodge. He does not do a dodge.
The first guy just stands up and do it.
All right, so let's see how much damage we're doing here.
His wife and kids were waiting for him, so he's like, finally, yes!
Oof. And those are failure rolls.
Those
too.
are
You got one.
failure. Yeah. Still with
Oof.
ones, with pen 6s.
Yeah.
So you watch as they pull out these long... They look like, again, very Xenos weapons, but they have this bladed front. It has this little opening on the front, almost like an alligator's mouth. This long kind of curved slit. And these weapons fire with a silent veracity. They almost just hiss as they send out these spinning catapults, these almost shurikens, these high speed, fibrous and metal weapons. And as they pierce, they do a lot of damage, causing a lot of blood, a lot of not great stuff.
Ending is terrible.
So he's down to 5, and he's down to 2.
Oh,
So
they're still
that
alive.
guy,
though.
yep, they still have some armor, or no, well, not for that, but they still had some health. All right, so your guys are going. Yeah, they're. What would you want them to do here? Would you want them to fire and flee, or just to start heading back to the ship? Because you guys can kind of all go at the same time, I would say.
Phazon?
Uno, do you want your
Oh.
men to fire like you did, or just plan to move? You guys can all act as one.
No. Yeah, they need to move. Well, what's their range?
Their range.
See, I don't have access.
I'm just
to it.
gonna fire one of them real fast, just to see. They have Does it not have their range on here? Cool. That's helpful.
What do they got?
They have a range of 15 meters and 30 meters.
Got las rifles, right?
They
Yeah,
have auto pistols and las pistols.
they just need to retreat.
Yeah, las pistols are not that
Okay.
high range.
So I could say all 4 of you can get back and on board the ship in this round if that's what you want to do.
Well, I wanted to take a shot at this guy before.
Okay.
That's out of
He's-
your range.
I know,
Okay.
but there was a spaceship that was out of my range, and I took it down. So you know what?
So with the range, it's minus 20 is covers an extra minus 10. You can aim to bring it to a minus 20. So ballistic minus 20.
Minus 10 with spoons. Do it good.
I'm not sure if he is
He
actively
gave a
watching
standing
everyone.
order.
That was just
That
for
was-
2 rounds.
Oh,
Those 2
come
rounds
on.
have passed.
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing. I'm in this.
Okay, so minus 20.
And you
Hey.
still do it.
He still
You
nailed him.
Still did it. Yeah, with that 20. All right, go ahead and roll your damage. I'm not even gonna have him dodge. You deserve that.
This guy here.
Yep. That's 11. All right. Oh, it's getting up there. You watch as his pauldron on his left shoulder just flies off. You see a bit of exposed, almost ebony flesh beneath, and it has this dark burn scar on it as you just cleave through the armor and leave his shoulder exposed.
Which arm was that? Was that his
His-
shooting arm?
I mean, he's using both of them at the moment, so yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. So yeah, with that, you turn and have a chance to flee. Your men are going to do the same.
Oh.
Oop, airship is moving. So at this point, by the end of next round, it's probably likely you're going to all be on there. So are you going to do your order, giving them coordinates and all that?
Yeah. I'm gonna send the ship the coordinates. I'll have like Laz plot them out,
Okay.
and
So-
we'll do it. And then I'll also tell the guardsmen to whoever's left. I'm sorry, but take cover the best you can.
Danger close.
It is their duty to die blessed by the flame of the empire, the emperor. All right, give me a command check. I'm gonna say it would normally be command minus 20, but you can still use your interactive thing to just make it minus 10, and this is just to give them a bonus and the correct instructions for this fire, as it will take some time to build up.
Yes.
Okay. Yep. So you give the exact coordinates and they belay your orders. They prepare to adjust their sights and fire upon. It will take a few moments time before that can occur. Lazarus, what do you want to do?
If there's still time before we take off, I will take another shot at that sniper.
Okay.
Just because, really.
You pop your head out. You're like, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
All right. So again, minus 10 for fatigue, plus 10 for
Yeah. Straight
your
roll again.
straight roll. Straight roll.
All right, roll. 'cause you
What's
do what
gonna
they
happen?
do.
Ooh, Ooh, 2 degrees of success. All right. He's going to try to move his head to the side.
Yeah, but he can't because he's a loser.
And he does.
Aw.
He's like, you did it to mine. It's your turn now.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
we're just
Just
trading
payback
blows.
now. Mm-hmm.
How does this make you feel?
I do not feel.
So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And Uno will be 10. So you'll have 10 plus your pilot who's in there. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
So
I have room for one more guardsman to hop on.
yeah, probably the one that's there with Uno will head back. All right. So your armsmen are going to just all out fire again. So we're gonna do mass test. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are these guys in range? Okay, we'll say extreme. So 5 at 45. 5 at 45. What do we got? What do we got? Okay,
Three?
still 3.
Okay.
Still 3. Let's get their damage,
Not too bad.
which is I think a D10
Good fight.
plus 3.
Fighting for the glory of the Empire.
Yeah, there's just
Emperor.
this absolute battle of laser shots and metal catapults going back and forth.
When two snipers, they
13.
can't hit nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That dude's like,
This guy over here on the left, like he's just on sight. There's just the fire of the Emperor just burning in his soul. He absolutely wrecks this guy. I mean, he's just gone, just torn to pieces. Let's see. How about these other ones? Yeah, he's gonna take some. So a little bit. Takes a little bit of damage. His armor soaks a bit. And then this guy here, he's gonna take a little bit as well. They are going down. And then we have 2 more that are gonna try to do it at extreme range. So that's just gonna be at 35. They're beating 35. Can they do it? No, they fire wild, but they are trying. They are
Where's
trying.
that fire?
This one is going to
bring
can
it out.
almost get there. Almost get there. All right. It is our Pathfinder friend here. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Yep. So he's gonna all out attack. Oh, put that away. Okay. So as you pop your head out, you take the fire and you kind of watch. It's hard to see from a distance, but it looks like he toggles a switch on the side. You see the barrel start to glow brighter red, and he all out attacks, which cannot be dodged.
Holy.
You watch as this laser bolt turns from a single small cycle to this large, almost softball-sized orb of energy as it just comes flying straight at you for a total of 4 damage. It's probably not going to do anything because it's hitting you in your chest.
Who's it hitting?
This is hitting Lazarus again.
Oh, well, he's.
I just kind of look at it like,
Really?
He stands up and puffs.
There's a
his chest as it
sneer
impacts.
on his. Looks at his weapon like, how could this be? How could this be
Whenever
what
you
it
feel
is?
emotions, you can be smug.
yes, exactly.
So, yeah, at this point, unless there's anything else that you're wanting to do, they just erupt in fire between both forces. Your armsmen and all of them are just firing back and forth and back and forth. Are you wanting to take one final pot shot before you get on board?
Well, at a full run, I can't make it to
Yeah.
the ship.
Yeah. So.
Well,
Well,
we'll just I'm hand waving it, you know, because at this point it is just back and forth. They're firing, you know,
Oh.
rapidly. It is a full on engagement.
I'll get back to the ship because
Okay, so you hop in there.
I think that doing anything other than a full run would be kind of unrealistic.
Right. So you hop in there. The armsman grabs the lever, brings the ramp up, and the pilot punches it in gear. It starts to rise up. You hear a few of these shots begin to hit off the armor, but nothing's coming through. You begin to rise up. You're able to head to some of the windows off the side and watch from a distance. And let's see how well your crew does with this. I have to remind myself on what we rolled before for your crew. This was your Master of Ordnance, who had a ballistic of 45, so plus your 10. Roll me a D100 and try to beat a 55. Okay.
No, I wanna no. Let me use a fate point. I'm not no. I want to glass these motherfuckers, but I want to go accurate.
Do it good.
There you go.
No, these guardsmen aren't gonna sacrifice themselves just willy nilly. There's gonna be a reason. There's not gonna be nothing left.
You begin to hightail it out of Dodge just as you watch the sky darken once more as these rounds begin to head in your direction. You watch as Locke shifts the ship just slightly to move out of the paths. You take a moment to say a prayer to the Emperor to protect your armsmen and to lead them to his bounty, and just watch the entire battlefield erupt in flame and utter chaos. Trees ignite like matches. You watch as the earth itself just shoots up with this gray scream of dust and destruction. It is hard to believe that anything could have survived. Acid, let's see. Let's do boom. All these booms everywhere. It's just death and destruction and chaos.
So minus the bugs. Pretty much that.
Pretty much. Pretty much. As you pull up and away and begin your route back to your ship, you have a chance to look back at the area you had completely devastated before, and you see nothing but the gray stone of the world itself. No greenery, no trees, no natural life, just the gray rock. The Wraithbone structures decimated, the tower itself absolutely destroyed. As you turn back to look upon the second strike, you do see what appears to be a very similar energy from what you had seen before. This purple, orange, reddish warp fire, a bit further away from where you had been standing, proceeds to summon, call upon the flames that you had just applied to this earth. You watch as they begin to swirl into this tornado, building in strength and ferocity, and in one fluid movement, they are cast towards your transport.
Yeah, I think.
This is a matter to see if Locke is able to avoid. Did I give anyone access to his sheet? I can't remember. Where'd he go?
I had access, and then you took it away. We didn't.
Thought I
use it.
gave everyone access. It maybe not.
Yeah,
It would
you
be
did.
way down in the sheet. All right. So he's gonna have this is a pilot flyers. You're telling him to do it well, so he's gonna be rolling against a 74. Cross your fingers. Hope not to fry.
Hey.
Oof.
He didn't die.
Just
Barely.
barely.
Scorch marks on the back end, but
Just barely.
We would have died. We would have just gone to a different freaking game type. Clearly, this wouldn't like. This doesn't like us very much.
He
Make
punches it
fun
into
of
gear.
you.
You all have to hold on as the entire machine screams out. Lazarus, you hear the machine spirit just crying, screaming in agony as it's pushed to its utter limits, but you're able to avoid the fire and make your way up out of the atmosphere and back to your ship. It is clear
did it.
that you have decimated many. There's at least one that still remains. Who they are, where they are, what they are all unknown. Why they're here, also unknown. But what is known is that the secret of that tower is now limited to yourself, Madame Charleball, and Baron. Any other rogue traders seeking to find the Dread Pearl and stumbling across this planet instead would have no clue as to how to continue down that path. This does include Lady Sun Li and Abel Garrett, as it is fairly certain they have not arrived. So with that knowledge, the destruction of your Eldar, and additional preparations to be made, whether you will be taking this planet or not, we will end the session here.
please tell me that the one person that survived was that badass trooper.
The dude who was
That's just a
taking everyone
Pathfinder.
out.
He can't do much with the warp. Yeah, no, it doesn't seem it's him. Yeah, doesn't seem it's him. But
Come on. He was such a badass.
yeah, I mean maybe they survived.
He went down like a pro anyway.
No, what it actually would be reminiscent to the figure that you would have seen in Lady Sun Li's video. Individuals called Farseers, who are the epitome of just a pure psyker. Very, very powerful warp people. But that's for another session, another time, another bout of chaos and concern. We are
Now we're
in, this is our 15th session, technically. I know they're on Twitch. It only says up to episode 5. It's fine. You know, we've been through this. But that's another 800 XP for you all.
Yeah.
Another 800 XP.
I love XP.
I still can't use it.
Still can't use it. It's okay. We're going to make plans for that. Just to recap, right? I know if you are wanting to claim this world, as a reminder, I'd kind of built out your profit, right? So you have the Dread Pearl as one of your profit, and one of your objectives is to possibly claim this world. So there are a few things that you would have to do. Exploration, get to know the planet. What does it have? What does it hold? What does it hide? Well, you've definitely learned the kind of creatures that exist here, and that it seems to have a bit of a timeline on it. You haven't learned what that is yet, but you would likely need to do that. Determine its resources and its worth. You did both of that. You have learned that the trees on this planet have a liquid that provides healing for radiation burns. which could be very useful for a lot of the servants in the depths of ships and all of that. And also that there is a large stockpile of uranium, and it appears to be liquid uranium, which is a fairly rare resource. You also need to deal with any Xenos. So you've already dealt with the Warlocks. You've dealt with whatever this squadron was. Now it's a matter of figuring out if you can ever truly deal with them. Like, why do they keep coming to this world? Why are they here? You might have to figure that out. Deal with any competitors. There are no others at this time. They are all in the path to exit and head off on their journey. The other things, what's that?
The only other guy who was a competitor is dead.
Right.
Yep.
So then after you've done all that, you'll need to establish a base and establish an industry, which all requires resources, and that would be a much longer thing to do. But you basically just got to clear out all the cobwebs and make sure everything's, really yours. Make a decision whether this is truly what you want to be. And then we can go down the path of actually creating a colony if you did decide to do so. Keeping in mind that, again, the two other rogue traders that came here now have a general something, a lead to go on when it comes to the Dread Pearl. Whether that is a focus of you or not, completely up to you. Yeah, more to come next time as you either try to figure out what the hell the Eldar are doing, why they're here, how can we true them, wipe them out from this place, and how much time does this world have, or to dive deeper into the depths of the Dread Pearl. But that's how we're going to wrap it up for tonight. So anyone out there watching on Twitch, we appreciate you hanging out and lurking. All cool to just listen, have us on the side channel, whatever it is. This is going to be up on our YouTube channel as well, in case you want to catch up with any of our older episodes. We will be back next Tuesday with more. I would like to thank Faison, Oz, and Spoon for another wonderful night of role-playing. We are Crits and Die. This is our Into the Void, and we will see you all next week. Take care of yourselves, be well, be safe, and we'll see you next time.